Hi Zoe, it's Hetzel. How are you, kiddo? Just wanted to take a minute and once again show you around our classroom and where you can find everything. Real quickly though, I am going to hide my little talking head over here in the corner because sometimes it can be a little distracting. So I'm going to just go ahead and take myself off of the webcam, which you should not see me anymore. So I'm just going to walk you around a little bit and just show you where you can find some of the most important information, okay? This is our classroom. We are in English Language Arts 7, Section 102. This is the updates page. This is what you should be taken to every time you log in. It will have important information from me to you and different information for you to read and help with assignments and things like that. So you can see on here that right now, yesterday I posted that we will have our live session today at 11, and I've provided the link there for you. Then I also this morning gave you a video on how to link your Google Docs account to your Schoology account. That will be very helpful, especially with all the writing that we do in this course. So please make sure that you watch this video and then follow the steps from the video to link your Google Docs account to your Schoology account. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to go into the materials page, kiddo. And once we're at the materials page, you'll notice that you have the basic course information. The basic course information, once I click in there, is going to have all of the communication information and my information, okay? So the communication information, that's where you'll find my phone number, my email address, and the live session address, if you can't find it one day. Okay, back in basic course information, the other folder was instructor information. And this information is all about me, and you know, there's my little Tucker, and there's my husband and one of our dogs and our other dog. And it gives some helpful hints on what my promises to you are and what my expectations for you are. And then how to have strong communication when you're emailing and communicating with me. So make sure you look at that too. The other thing on the materials page that I want to show you is the English 7 units. This is where you're going to come, honey, to find all of your different assignments. So when I click on English 7, you already did the introductory unit. We're now on Unit 5, Consumer Product Review. And we just finished up Session 1 yesterday, and today is the beginning of Session 2. Now, if you're falling behind, it's okay, all right? Please know that as long as you are actively working, I'm not going to penalize you for being or having late assignments, okay? So let's go in here and look at the Consumer Product Review Session 1. In here, you will find the entire unit of study for 1 week's worth of time. So this is just a fun little comic introduction about Consumer Reports. You can look at that on your own. And then I always give you the unit objectives, what I'm expecting you to know from the unit of study. And then here's the why. Why is always important, so you know why we're studying something and why we take the time to know it. The suggested pacing guide, kiddo, is what I would suggest to you that you do on each day to make sure that you finish, you finish all of the assignments in the week time. So on Wednesday is usually a pretty easy day. I just want you to start looking through the materials. I just want you sifting through all the different things that I put up for you. Thursday, I would have wanted you to work on your cool words and the assignment. On Friday, to watch the videos and to start your initial discussion. The initial discussion posting, kiddo, is when you just respond to the question that I ask on the discussion forum. The responding to peers is after you've responded to me, you're going to do a minimum of 2 responses to your classmates, and you're going to talk to them about what they posted in the discussion. This week you also needed to take a pretest. Pretests are excellent because no matter what you get wrong, it doesn't matter. I'm never going to grade you on a pretest. This is what I want to see what you know about what we're studying. Pretest, whatever you get right, you'll get extra credit points for, and whatever you get wrong doesn't count. Okay? And then you had a parentheses video and assignment to do. Concept review is always just going to go over the main concept of our study, or our topic of study. So this week, it's really just giving you the basic information about consumer product reviews, and you can read that on your own. What you already know. Now, you might not actually know this yet because you weren't with me last semester. So you would want to review this PowerPoint and just understand what text features and structures are. Okay? Again, this paragraph is just explaining what they are and how we've already used them. And since you weren't here last semester, you're going to want to actually go through and watch the presentation. Now you can see, if you just hit the arrow button down here, you get the entire presentation directly in our classroom, so you don't have to go anywhere for it. The next thing I'm going to show you is the cool words. These are the vocabulary words, okay, so they're pronounced cool, and cool words are words that you need to know, understand, and use for your lifetime. All right, so these are the words right here: consumer, compelling, refute, compiling, support, capitalistic, target, and claim. And these are the vocab words that I need you to know before you move on to other assignments. Now, if you notice down here, Cool Graphic Organizer is already here for you. All you have to do this assignment, kiddo, is click on File and make a copy, and then you'll make a copy of it, and then you can actually type in this document. Okay, what I think it means, you're going to go through and do this column for, before you even look up the word, what do you think it means? After you have done all of this column, then you can move on to the next column. What it really means, now back here in our classroom, if you notice, I've given you Webster Dictionary Online, Dictionary.com, and Cambridge Dictionary. All right, so those are all dictionaries that you can go to fill out this chart. How does it relate to the topic of study? Well, we are studying consumer product reviews. So how does capitalistic relate back to consumer product reviews? Then we've got the lifelong application. How are you going to remember this word for your life? Where do you see it being used? Where else have you seen it? I just want you to make a connection with something outside of consumer product reviews so that you can hopefully learn these vocabulary words for life and not just for the duration of this unit. Okay, so here I am back in our course. The next thing to show you, you will have a submit button on your page, and you will just submit your chart to me. And if you watch the video that we went over at the beginning on how to link your Google Docs account to Schoology, you'll be able just to upload it very quickly and easily. Then we've got some videos that I want you to watch. These videos are going to be the topic of conversation for our discussion board this week. And please feel free to read through and look at what your other classmates have said as you are working on this unit, okay? Then you have your pretest, and yours will look more like this. It will have the preview actually, and it will actually give you the instructions and go from there, okay? Here's a parentheses video, and this directly responds to this next assignment when you have the practice assignment to turn in, and then you've made it through the week, which then you can move on to session 2. Once you get to session 2, you're going to notice that we start off exactly the same way, something a little fun and silly. And then it will get into the objectives again, just to remind you of what I expect you to know. Here's your concept review, just like in the first week, your suggested pacing guide. And then here's the next big assignment for you, which is the mentor text analysis. You're going to read the article, and then there are questions here for you to answer. Okay? I think that's where I'm going to stop this video because I'm already at 10 minutes and I don't want to lose you. Let me know if this video was helpful, though, and if you need more of them, I'm happy to do it for you, kiddo, okay? All right, I'm going to sign off and leave you with that, and if you need more videos, you let me know. All right, kiddo, take care. Bye-bye.